Hey everyone, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reading a random book from my bookshelf. So this is day 9 of bookmas. So we're over halfway through bookmas, so we're getting super close to Christmas and I'm super excited for Christmas. But in today's video, I'm going to be reading a random book from my bookshelf. So basically I have an Excel sheet that has all of my unread books on it. So basically I'm going to be picking a number 1 through 111 and seeing what book I'm going to be reading for this video. Okay, so I'm throwing up a screen recording of me choosing the numbers 1 through 111. So just to generate, okay, we got number 110. And so I'm gonna throw up a screen recording of my list on Excel. So let's see, so number 110 is Who Is That Woman in the Mirror by Asmirna R. Pratt. So let me go grab that book. Okay, so this is the book, Who Is the Woman in the Mirror, and I have never heard of this book. I actually got this book as a freebie in a Pango order that I recently placed, so I really have no idea what this is about. I actually think that this might be a dark romance possibly, but yeah, so I guess we're going to be figuring out what this is about together. So this is going to be the book that I'm going to be reading for this video. This is not at all what I was expecting, but I guess that's the point in reading a random book. So here we go. Hello, so I'm finally ready to sit down and start reading the book for this video, which is Who Is That Woman in the Mirror by Asmirna R. Pratt. And so I'm interested to see what I'm going to think about this book. I did not pick this book out for myself. It was actually gifted to me from a seller on Pango. I had ordered a book and they had sent this book for free with the book that I ordered. And so this is not something that I would normally gravitate towards. So I'm interested to see how I feel about it. I'm going to try and read the first chapter and just kind of see if it's something that I want to continue on with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, and if it's not something that I think that I'm gonna like or something that I think that I'm gonna enjoy, then I'm going to pick another book from my TBR list to read in this video instead. So with that being said, let's get to reading this book. So I have decided to DNF this book. It's been like 10 minutes, probably not even. I made it to page 16 in this, and I can just tell that this is not a book for me. Like, this has, like, the writing, I'm not really liking the writing style. I don't like the story so far. And then obviously, so I read the back of it, which is something that I usually don't do. And so based on the back of this book, it seems like this is a story that involves cheating, and that's just not something that I'm interested in reading, wanting to read, especially when there's like children involved. And so this just is not the book for me. I'm sure it's for someone, but it just is not for me. So DNFing this at 16%, and we're gonna pick another book from the list and read that instead, because this just was not for me. Okay, so since I'm DNFing that book, I'm going to be picking a new book from my list. So in Google, I'm putting in a number generator, a random number generator between 1 and 111, because that's how many books are on this list. So I'm just gonna generate a random number and pick a book based on that. So let's have a second try. So I put in the numbers 1 through 111 and we're going to generate. Okay, so we got number 35. So number 35 is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, which is the 4th book in the Magnolia Parks universe, which I actually have not made it to that far into the series. So I'm going to pick up in the series where I left off with Daisy Hates, and so that's just gonna be the book that I finished reading for the rest of this video. So I actually did start Daisy Hates earlier this year and just have not finished it. I want to say I'm probably about 40 pages into it, so I guess that is the book that I'm going to be picking up for the remainder of this video, because I unfortunately just could not get through this one, and I just knew that I wasn't gonna be able to get through it in the first like 15 pages, so we're just gonna move on. So from here on out, I'm going to be reading Daisy Hates, so let's get to reading that instead. Hello, so it's been a few days and I've come to report that I have just finished the book for this video, and that was Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. So as you guys know, I started Who Is That Woman in the Mirror and ended up DNFing it. So then I picked a new book and it ended up being Daisy Hates: The Great Undoing. So I just decided to read the next book in the series, which was Daisy Hates, and I have just finished it. And I think I'm gonna end up going with a 4-star rating for this book. I liked this book, but in a different way that I liked Magnolia Parks. So I really loved Magnolia Parks. I ended up giving it 5 stars, and this one was like very similar but also in a very different way, in the fact that it explores like toxic sort of relationships, but this one is definitely more like a mafia vibe than Magnolia Parks is, and so this was more of like that sort of book, which I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm giving it 4 stars. I don't want to say that I liked Magnolia Parks better, just because I did end up giving that one a 5-star, but that one I feel like hit me a little bit different than this one did. This one was still like very beautifully written and had so many really good quotes and moments and things like that, but I don't know, it just took me forever to read it, because even before I ended up picking it up for this video, like I think I started this book back in July trying to read it, and it's taken me like 6 months to read 70 pages, and then now obviously I finished it. But I would not recommend this book or this series lightly to anyone, so do not take me giving this book a 4 stars as a recommendation, because I definitely do not recommend this book or this series. If you want to read it, definitely proceed with caution, but this book is not going to be for everybody. This series is not going to be for everybody. It is a series for me, and I am enjoying myself reading this. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I will have all of my social media linked in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.